Now to the high-stakes political poker going on here in Washington. The president says simply rolling back his health care overhaul is not going to happen, despite the possibility of a government shutdown. Many congressional Republicans seem willing, even eager, to call his bluff. But some in the GOP are not all in. Our chief congressional correspondent Mike Emanuel tonight on who has the better hand.
Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid kicked off a critical week to avoid a shutdown and continue funding the government. Reid was clearly irritated the House sent over a stopgap spending bill that included defunding the president's health care law.
We will not bow to Tea Party anarchists who refuse to accept the Supreme Court ruled ObamaCare to be constitutional. And we will not bow to Tea Party anarchists in the House or in the Senate who ignore the fact that President Obama was overwhelmingly reelected.
Late today, Texas Republican Ted Cruz argued for making it more difficult for Reid to strip the aspect taking money from Obamacare.
Mr. President, that leads to the second unanimous consent put forward. A simple request that every amendment on this subject to 60 votes.
Senate conservatives and their allies in the House to pass the bill removing Obamacare implementation and enforcement money tried to lower expectations ahead of the confrontation.
I think really we fight it out, and we'll see in the end the Democrats have the Senate and the presidency. It's going to be difficult ultimately to overcome them, but I think we should use the leverage of controlling the House. The Republicans were elected in the House. We were elected to do something. People want us to stand up and fight Obamacare.
Cruz floated a plan B suggesting the House should hold its ground and begin passing smaller resolutions funding one department at a time. Another key Senate conservative says with President Obama in office, defunding the entire law is unlikely, but there are realistic goals.
What I'm hoping we can do, peel off some of the most damaging parts, peel off what we can, delay what we can't, also hold the line on spending. The Democrats want to increase spending above the statutory limits that were set. So those are a few of the things that I think we ought to insist on.
West Virginia Democrat Senator Joe Manchin expressed the frustration that so much of the debate is it must be all or nothing on Obamacare.
Since I've been here, not one of my colleagues have come up and said, Joe, here's a better way to do it. Here's how we can fix this part. Let's repeal this, and we'll fix this part of it. Nobody's done that. They just said, okay, vote up or down. Well, let's fix things.
Late today, a spokesman announced Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell backs the House Republican bill and will not vote to block it. McConnell supports it for continuing to fund the government without increasing spending by a penny and for taking money away from Obamacare. So bottom line, he will not support a filibuster. John?
Mike Emanuel on Capitol Hill tonight. Mike, thanks so much.